Congressmen in Washington are getting ready for a big vote in about 2.5 hours. The U.S. House is expected to vote to end the more than 6-week government shutdown. We'll have more details on that vote in just a minute.
Now, the shutdown has created some issues when it comes to the Low-Income Home Energy Assistance Program. We refer to that here as LIHEAP.
More than half the homes in Maine rely on oil. State officials say an emergency program that typically starts November 1st is now on hold, though the state is reallocating money to help households that applied for help early. In Baileyville, Gerard Berry got emergency help filling his oil tank last winter when he was sick with stomach cancer. The family hopes that funding opens up, but is also preparing for the worst.
We got a broken window in our boys' room, and we can't afford to replace it right now. So we're gonna put plastic on it to keep the cold out. I'm recovering from stage 4 stomach cancer. I had it in my stomach and in my colon, and I went through a major surgery, and we've battled cancer for a year, and here we are. The funds not being available this year are a little, scary, so we're kind of buttoning up things a little tighter.
Tonight, the U.S. House is expected to vote to end the 43-day government shutdown and restart those programs like LIHEAP.
Now, that bill would then move to the president's desk for signature. If signed, it would fund the government through the end of January. But as NBC's Alice Barr reports, many still concerned over the impact of the shutdown on air travel and the redistribution of SNAP benefits.
On what could be the final day of the nation's longest government shutdown, House members are racing back to Washington to cast a critical vote on the Senate-passed short-term funding bill.
Welcome back from your taxpayer-funded 7-week vacation.
Democratic leadership slamming the House Speaker's move to keep members out of session while the shutdown dragged on, as Republicans pin the pain on Democrats.
For 42 days and counting, Democrats have held the country hostage.
House Democrats set to vote against the deal a breakaway group of Senate moderates agreed to, angered that it does nothing to address the central sticking point of lowering health care costs and extending Affordable Care Act tax credits.
Health care costs are still poised to double or even triple for some folks practically overnight.
With a newly elected Democrat being sworn in today, House Republicans can only afford to lose 2 votes. It is expected to pass and secure President Trump's signature.
We're opening up our country. Should have never been closed.
Relief can't come soon enough for the nation's airports, where flight delays and cancellations are growing.
It has to be the shutdown. What else could it be? This has never happened to me before.
The Transportation Secretary warning the situation, driven by staffing shortages, will get much worse if the shutdown stretches into the weekend.
If this doesn't open, you might have airlines that say, we're gonna ground our planes.
A lot on the line in the final push to get the government back in business. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.